Hi gang, I hope you're doing all right. I'm here with Miss Palmer, Mrs. Motivator.
Hello.
Mommy. Now, I realise that the one thing we haven't done is we haven't really done any kind of real tuition on working the stomach muscles. Look, there's lots and lots of stuff available on YouTube, lots of people doing stuff, but I think I want to take you right back to basics, so that way you can actually just get the things right, and once you get the positioning right, then you'll get the benefits from these exercises. You don't have to specifically work the stomach muscles for the stomach muscles to get flat. All you have to do is work all around it, exercising all the other areas, and that will work at toning it up. But there are certain exercises that you ought to be aware of in terms of doing it. Now, I've raised Miss Palmer up on this just so I can show you properly how to do it. The most important thing is to protect your back whilst you're exercising. Right? And that can be achieved in many ways. The first thing is there's a little check you can do, and that is try and get your hands between your back and the floor. If you can, well then your back is not protected, and that means what you ought to do is either bring your legs up or put your legs on a chair or something like that, or go up onto the toes, just to make sure your back is nice and flat. This next bit is quite critical, because a lot of people, what they do is they pull their heads forward as they're doing the sit-ups. So all the effort goes into the neck, and after a while the neck really hurts. So let's put the hands behind the head. Right? Now, I want you to just really kind of put it to the side. All right? So the fingers don't touch in any way. Put it to the side, all right? And then when you come up, here's the important thing. I want you to imagine that there is like an orange or whatever it is between your chin and your chest. So you lift up and squeeze and then go down. But as you come up, you want to do a little bit of a pelvic tilt at the same time, all right? So that way you're really engaging, right, those abdominal muscles. Here we go. So you curl up, squeeze it tight, you can see the movement there, and then going down. All right, here we go. Let's try it again. Coming up, nice and slowly, and down. Speed is not critical at this stage, because once you've got the basics in place, then it's so much easier, right, for you to actually put speed, put variety of movement, start adding weights on it. But the important thing is that you get the technique right. That's the first thing, right? It's a bit like learning to drive. Once you've got the technique right, then you can do it with your feet on the steering wheel. Don't do that literally. All right, coming up and down. Here we go, it's good. Now, breathing is important, right? So when you come up, that's effort. I want you to exhale here. And then deep breath in as you go down. And remember, pelvic tilt at the same time. So here we go, coming up, exhale, and then down. Want to do a few more. Coming up, and down. Want to do 4 more on this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change the tempo. And again, the same thing applies. If you change the tempo on the exercise, the muscles get fooled. Because after a while, the muscles will get used to doing this. Wow. You could do this forever. You see people doing 300-400 at a time. And there's no need. If you're doing it correctly, you just need to do 20, 30, but put lots of variety into the stomach work. Here we go. Now, this time we're going to take 2 counts to come up. So you're coming up a bit, and up a bit more. And then slowly down. Coming up a bit, same action with a pelvic tilt, and then down. Here we go. Coming up a bit, and up, and then straight down. Coming up, and down. So the action, think about what you're doing here. You're coming up a bit more, and then straight down. Coming up a bit more, and down. Now, we're going to change this now. I want you to come straight up, and then slowly down. Coming straight up, and down. And you'll begin to feel it. In fact, in a moment, right? Miss P won't be able to do much more. Here we go. And coming straight up, and then 2 counts down. So supporting your head like you're lying back in the pillow. And if you're in bed and doing this, that's fine. That's not a problem. All right? Coming up and down. Here we go. Coming up, 2 counts down. We want to do 4 more on this. Coming up, and then 3 more. Coming up, 2 counts down. Here we go, coming up. Just do 1 more for luck. Here we go, coming up, and then just rest up for a moment, all right? So you want to take your time when you're doing these exercises. Really spend a good amount of time doing it, double checking your position to make sure you're okay. Now, the way you flatten your stomach is not just with that forward action. It's important that you work the side muscles. These are the oblique muscles. And the way you achieve that is actually they're called transverse muscles. So it's actually getting the opposite elbow over towards the knee is the important thing. So if you come up a bit and then take the knee over, sorry, not knee over, take the elbow over, and then coming back and down. So let's try the other side. Coming up, coming over, and back and down. Now you open out the chest when you do this. So you come up, take the elbow over, and down. Now, to really get you into the right position, let's take the right leg or left leg, put it up, across. Okay. Now, so the elbow is now going to go over and try and meet that leg. That's the angle we're looking for. So we're not looking for you to take the elbow straight over to meet the other elbow. We're looking for you to take the elbow over towards the opposite knee. So let's try that. Here we go. Coming up, and then over to the knee, and then back down. Good. And remember, as you come over, make sure that the opposite elbow is staying where it is. It doesn't come forward in any way. So you're now working the muscles in the side, your oblique muscles. So you're coming up and over, twisting, and good, and then down. And this is all a progression, because as you progress and improve and get better at doing this, there are lots of other tricks that you can put in place. But we'll come into that much later on, all right? Here we go, coming up, twist over, and down. Here we go. We're going 4 more, mommy. 4 more. Here we go. Coming up.
7.
Yes. That's good. Coming up.
8.
Good. Are we doing 2 more?
2 more.
2 more. Here we go. Coming up. Twist over and down. Coming up. Twist over and down. Coming up.
That's it.
Twist over and down. Okay, good. Now, here's how you trick the muscles again. This time, I want you to take that same leg. Actually, let's do the other side first. Let's change legs around. Let's make sure we do the other side. All right? Okay, here we go. So again, the same thing. Always double checking your position, double checking that your back is nice and safe. Remember, if your back isn't flat on the ground, right, or on the bed, what you do is you put something to elevate your legs. So it brings it up, and that way your back then has to be flat. And that will protect your back. Otherwise, the last thing you want is when you're on an exercise regime is to injure your back. So here we go with the other leg now, opposite arm. So you're coming up, twist over, right, you're taking the elbow, coming over towards that leg. That's good. Coming over, that's good. That's real good. Here we go. Right, by bringing that leg up, it ensures that you have to twist when you go over. Here we go. Coming. Good. 4. Very good. We're doing 8 more.
8?
Yes. You know, you look very different
2
from this
more.
position. Here we go. Almost
7.
don't recognize you. Here we go.
6.
Thank you so much. Come on.
5.
Am I tickling you?
Nope.
Okay, good. Right. 4.
4.
Yes. And 3.
3.
Yes. Here we go. Last 2.
2.
Very good. And here we go. Last 1.
And 1.
Okay, so let's just quickly recap on what we've done. You can rest that leg down. Right, we started by doing the very basic. Right, we ensure that you don't lock your fingers together behind, you keep it by the side. You keep your chin back to ensure that, again, you're really breathing correctly, and also it's not putting strain on your neck. As you came up, we changed the tempo. We came straight up, but then we did up, up, straight down. Right, variety. Now we've just done the sides. Now, the other thing to do is we need to focus on the lower part of the abs. Okay, so the way we achieve that is we want to keep the legs together. You can cross them if you like, but you're just going to keep your legs together. Lift the legs up. Okay, so from that position, okay, we want to do what's called reverse curling, right? So you can keep yourself in that position. As I say, you can cross your legs. You can put your hands by the side. They can be on the floor, but make sure you don't put the effort into the arms. And what you want to do is you want to try and push the knees up towards the ceiling. So it's a slight rock forward as the knees go up towards the ceiling. And it's a clench of the abdominal muscles. Here we go. Up. That's good. Here we go. Let's try it again. Good. All right. Make sure it's a real smooth action. So he takes it up, hold it. You've got a very straight back, so I know it's quite difficult for you to actually do this. Here we go. Take it up. Here we go. 4 more. That's good. 4. That's good. This is working the lower part of the abs, the bit down by the bikini line. Yeah. Here we go. 2 more. Yes. And 1. Do we want to do 4 more on this? I think we should do 4 more. Yeah, 4 more. Here we go. 4. That's good. And 3. And 2. And 1. And rest that. Real good. Okay. So again, quick recap. We've done the front. We've done the upper part of the abs. Big main sheath of muscles. We've done the side, the oblique muscles. All right, those are transverse muscles that really pulls the belly around. We've just done reversed. Now, to put some variety into things, you've probably seen people doing all this swinging and sitting up and doing this kind of hollow moon shape. That's all fine as you progress. But really for you starting out, you want to stick to the basics and don't overdo it, all right? We're going to do one more exercise for today. Here's what I want you to do. You do a bicycling action. Okay, lift your shoulder blades off, support your head and hold it in that position. We're not going to twist the upper body, we're just going to take the heel down towards the ground, touch the ground and back up, all interchanging. Now, you're having to bring the knee up as high as you can, and each time you do that, you're again working the stomach muscles. Here we go. And by lifting the shoulders off a bit and doing this, you're going to feel even more work in those abdominal muscles. Here we go. Let's go for 8 each leg. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it. Brilliant, you've done really well. And if you really want to stretch out those stomach muscles, what you need to do is just lie on your stomach and then your elbows go underneath and then you just come up into that position. But we won't do that right now. So let's just quickly recap. Do as often and as many as you can. Try and put lots of variety into whatever you're doing with the stomach muscles. Don't overstress it. Don't go to anything where you feel uncomfortable. Listen to your body, all right? Changing the tempo is good. Later on, we'll show you how you can actually increase the muscle fibers, or at least make them work by adding weights into what you're doing, all right? That's important. Your breathing is important. Always breathe out on effort. So every time you came up, breathe out. Breathing as you go down. That's really enough for you today. I want to applaud you. You have done well. And you're going to need a rest and a rub down with a Sun newspaper.
Cup of tea.
Cup of tea. That's it for today. Be well. Remember, do one of the other sections, include it with this, and that way you'll start seeing the results. And don't forget, drop us a note just to tell us how you're getting on, all right? See you. Be well.